Hey guys, and welcome back to the Dwarves. So I've had a little bonus. Ooh, characters grouped in the inventory. Oh, nice. So we've got 10 gold, a Frala's amulet, and 2 provisions. That's pretty cool. Oh, my Q works, and I'm stubborn. My health is less than 30%. Tungdil gains bonuses on armor and damage. I've learned that if you hold in space, it tells you everything that you can actually do in the game. So that's kind of cool. I was trying to hold in alt and tab and stuff. Do you know what Yonan wants?
The maid gives you an amused look. She has often accused you of making things more complicated than necessary. The beer that is delivered to the vaults is supposed to be the...
Oh, sorry. It's supposed to be the what? Oh, no, I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed anymore. I'm not allowed to know about the beer.
I am your godfather, little one. I'll look after you, just like I looked after your mother.
Little Akana grasps your calloused finger and smiles at you wide-eyed.
Oh, that's real cute.
The goulash is bubbling in the cauldron. You draw the warm air in through your nose, and the smell makes your mouth start watering.
Goulash. Oh, baby. Oh, what's this? What's this? I'm sorry, I'm nosy.
A map of Girdlegard. The kingdoms of the humans are marked, but the map maker's focus was the magic realms of the Magi. Yonandar, Brandokai, Lios Nudin, Oromira, Saborian, and Tuguria. While most of the landscape features are missing, the veins of the magic fields are marked in painstaking precision. 5 veins spread out under Girdlegard, beginning at Lios Nudin in the middle.
Okay. I like that. It's nice being able just to hold down space and actually see what I'm allowed to look at. Right, let's go into... Oh, let's look at the bookcase first.
Lot Yonan didn't just take you in. He also taught you how to read and write. But you don't feel like reading right now. Especially as you already know all the books by heart.
That's cool. Apparently I'm well read. Make use of the environment, push enemies into chasms, or blah blah blah. Key success switching heroes regularly and cleverly using the accumulated action points. Indeed.
Master Lot Yonan, Frala told me you wished to speak with me.
Ah, Tungdil, come in. There is a bag over there in the cupboard. Take it out, please. It contains artifacts belonging to my former famulus Goren. I wish to return them to him. He's in Blacksaddle, 300 miles away.
300 miles? That's a long journey. Who are you going to entrust with this?
I was thinking of you.
Me?
There is no one better to take on this journey. You have acquired much knowledge. You are almost a scholar. You know more than most famuli about Girdlegard and its inhabitants. It is time for you to go out into the world and see it with your own eyes.
With pleasure.
So I wonder if he speaks in an English accent because he's been raised by this guy. Maybe I'll meet other dwarves in a way.
Perhaps I'll meet some dwarves on my travels.
Yes, perhaps. But don't hold out too much hope. And be careful who you talk to. Not everyone out there likes dwarves.
Yeah,
I'm a nice guy.
They abduct baby dwarves and sell them to magi, from what I've heard.
Not the best bit of business I've ever done. But what was I to do? The Longnoses threatened to throw you into the nearest river.
So what's
in
the
the bag?
Magical devices. You better leave the bag closed if you want to avoid any accidents. Dwarves don't really like magic, and magic doesn't like you either.
That's just because it hasn't got to know me yet.
That there's no space left in our bodies for magic.
Strictly speaking, every time you've been too close to magic, it has ended in catastrophe.
Alright.
Be on your guard. Look after the bag and don't lose it. May Palandiel be with you. And Varakas too, of course.
I'll set off immediately. I'll see you soon, Lot Yonan.
Bye. And you can select more than one character at a time by pressing home control and left clicking on them. Oh baby. It's time to get going on my epic adventure. Let's see if anything can be taken with me. Oh, it means I'm not going to finish the horse.
If I hurry, I might be back in time for Sonia's birthday.
You're longing to see her face when you give her your homemade present.
I wonder if dwarves ask Vrakas for help on long journeys.
The figure on the homemade altar.
It didn't answer. Figured on the homemade altar didn't answer. Right, I'm going to double check, make sure that there's nothing that I'm missing before we head out. It should be good though. Fucking kept popping off fucking food out of this. Oh, I might be able to. Yeah. Mine. Oh, nice.
Hey, what are you doing, groundling?
I'm a fucking groundling, I'll fucking stab you in the dick. Fine. Sure, I'll be allowed some now.
Bubbling in the cauldron.
That's alright, can I talk to her? I spoke to him, can I get food?
Hello, Frala.
Food, please. Why so quiet? Our provisions were 300 miles!
I need provisions for 300 miles.
You're grinning from ear to ear. Finally, you've got the chance to see something of the world.
300? Tungdil, that's no errand. That's an epic journey. Wait, I've got just the right thing. But make sure the cook doesn't see.
Okay.
I'm going to Blacksaddle to return a few things to a former apprentice in the Magus.
You pocket the rye bread, sausages, and ham.
Aw.
Enough food for the first few days of your journey.
Thank you. I've got a present for you, fella.
You take out a symbol of protection that you've carefully made from 3 horseshoe nails.
Yeah.
It's not the finest jewellery in Girdlegard.
One look at Frala's face makes it clear that it doesn't matter. She glows with happiness as she takes the pendant.
For me? But why?
Because I'm a good
Because you
guy.
don't see me as an oddity, and you're like a little sister to me.
You could have said. But you settle with a shrug and a crooked smile.
Perhaps I'll even meet some dwarves on the way.
Frala
Dwarves.
throws you a cautious glance. It's a tricky subject that you can't help but broach.
There aren't dwarves down here. You're the only one in Idderslane as far as we know.
Yeah, I'm
I
going
know,
300 miles.
but I can't just have been born out of a rock. Somewhere in the mountains, I have a clan. Maybe even a family.
Yes. Maybe.
Frala has reminded you more than once that Lot Yonan wrote to the dwarf clans and none of them were missing a dwarf boy.
I have to go. I've got a long journey ahead of me.
It's kind of sad.
I wish you the blessing of Palandial and Vrakas to protect you from all danger in your journey. Here, a talisman. Whenever you look at it, think of me.
Frala winks at you mischievously.
And of getting me a nice present.
Yeah. Oh, that's really nice. I got added to my inventory. What is it? Frala's scarf. Aww. Like, can I wear it? Can I equip it? Apparently not. I'm just gonna assume that I'm wearing it. Oh dang! I've now got 19 supplies. That was nice. See? I would have probably asked me to go and talk to her or something, cause like running away without that. The higher chance friend gain AP when you gain something. Oh, that's cool. So you get friendships and things.
How nice to see you again, Lot Yonan. It must have been an age since we last met face to face.
Nudin, welcome. Please, sit down.
No,
Nudin,
thank
well,
you,
fucking
my
pork
friend.
pie.
These are urgent matters, and I don't have much time.
Must be to do
You
with dinner.
must come to Leos Nudin immediately. The perished land is stirring.
Are you sure? What makes you think that?
I found out about 60 orbits ago, during a visit to the borders. Our magical barriers have weakened and become porous. The Elfar have left their land, and a huge horde of orcs have marched into Girdlegard.
Were you able to strengthen the spell with your magic?
No. I can't repair the damage alone. We need the combined power of the 6. The other 4 are already on their way here, but we need your help too.
I will set off for Parista without delay.
Oh, and as you're coming, could you also take the opportunity to bring back the things that I lent to you?
Of course. I have them already packed in a bag.
Oh, thank you. We'll be expecting you.
Okay. Don't let enemies surround you. Use special abilities, something. Some attacks can be used to stun enemies. If you attack a stunned enemy, you will deal a critical hit. Interesting.
Utterly blinded by the sunlight, you squeeze your eyes tightly shut after only a few steps. The time spent underground has made you so sensitive to light that you're forced to seek shelter in the shade of a mighty oak.
I'm here. I need to go to here.
You reach a small lake by a birchwood. Your feet hurt and your eyes still sting in the unaccustomed sunlight, but a smile spreads across your face nonetheless. You've covered a decent distance on the first day of your big journey. You pitch your camp and lie down to sleep on the hard forest floor. When you awake in the morning, your legs are stiff and achy. Trying not to feel sorry for yourself, you throw your rucksack over your shoulder. You're a dwarf, and dwarves don't complain.
Dwarves don't complain. Nobody tosses off a dwarf. Or something.
Around midday, with the sun high in the sky and the first beads of sweat appearing on your forehead, you see something move next to the road, a few hundred meters ahead. Some crows are pecking at something in the long grass.
Leave the road and sneak up. Yes.
The creaking leather armor, the clattering rucksack, and a dwarf's inability to be quiet makes the crows flap around as you move from one bush to another. You give up trying to be stealthy, stand up straight, and see 2 human bodies in the flattened grass.
If you attack enemies lying on the ground, you usually kill them with your next strike. Some attacks can stun enemies. If you attack a stun enemy, you get a fucking thing.
A slender man lies in front of you, dressed in an expensive robe. It is in the colours of Turgur the Fair-Faced, one of the 6 magi. The dead man must be one of Turgur's famulae. You don't see any wounds.
Interesting.
Nothing. By Vracus.
There are some narrow stab wounds in the man's chest. The cuts are too big to have been made by arrows, but too small for sword wounds.
It's daggers.
You don't see any signs of a struggle in the area where the corpses are lying. Were they stabbed by a companion? A stranger could hardly have crept up on them with such sparse cover.
Ooh.
Nothing again.
You halt. There is something.
A rucksack. Did someone hide it in the bushes, or was it thrown in there?
You
Search
open the
through it.
rucksack and recognize that someone has already rummaged through it. As well as some implements and writing utensils, you find a pouch full of gold and a talisman. The gold is proof that this is not a case of robbery.
At least we got a talisman so we can go into the centre.
Warmth and a
Okay,
feeling
talisman.
of security flush through your body as you touch the talisman. You feel safer just holding it in your hand.
The one
I'm taking you with me.
I'm all. Take fucking gold as well. They're not gonna need it, they're dead.
You look down on a tall, broadly built man. He's wearing dark brown leather armor that is strengthened with iron plates. There's a sword lying next to him. Was he trying to defend himself against something? Or someone? There is no blood on the sword. The man has the same incisions. It's clear that both men were killed by the same weapon. But what that weapon might be, you cannot say.
Interesting. I want to have a quick look at the talisman that I got hold of. When damage is received, there's a 50% chance of reducing it by 50%. It's actually pretty good.
A rucksack that probably belonged to one of the dead. It seems to have been searched and then thrown away carelessly.
Let's
You
search through it.
find a few implements, some provisions, and a map. A route is drawn on it from Parista, Nudin's capital, to Lot Yonan's vaults.
So they're coming
Does
to Lot
this mean
Yonan?
that Turga the Fair-Faced is in Parista and wanted to send Lot Yonan a message? And if so, why didn't he use magic? Did he want to contact him without anyone noticing? Why all this secrecy?
Why? Because the fat guy with a million chins is a bad guy. That's why. He's not fucking rocket science.
You scour the
Jesus.
area once more and ask yourself what to do next.
I think we've found all we're going to find. Just bury the dead. Suspicious? No. Very suspicious.
It's time-consuming and strenuous work digging shallow graves in the ground with a stick and covering the corpses with a few stones. But it should at least keep the crows from their feasting for a while. You continue on your way so as to put a few more miles between you and your grisly find before night falls.
I'm interested to go down here and see what's down there, but it's gonna be much need. I mean, I need to get all the way over to wherever this is. Oh, that's not that far actually. Oh, I don't know what that is. It's a moving seat. The dwarf merchant. Let's head to the farmstead.
As the gable end of a small farmhouse and a barn appear from behind a hilltop, you hear the loud cries of children at play. A girl runs along the path laughing, followed by a small boy with a big stick in his hand. The boy is trying to catch up his sister with a determined look on his face, but is finding it difficult to keep his short legs under control on the uneven path.
Yeah. We'll stay where you are and continue to watch what happens. We're going to walk towards them and say
walk
hi.
towards the children.
Hey.
As you raise your hand to greet them, the boy catches sight of you. His eyes grow wide, and he points to you with a chubby little finger. All he can manage to say is, "There." Now the girl has turned to face you too. Before you can say a word, she lifts her little brother up into her arms and runs screaming towards the farmhouse. Without
gonna- yeah,
rushing, you
fucking
follow
racist.
the children to the farmhouse, into which they've disappeared.
I just
After
wanna
a
say
few
hi.
moments, they reappear, accompanied by their parents. Their
being
father
friendly.
is a thick-set man with grey hair.
I am Opatia. This is my wife, Remsa.
The blonde woman nods a greeting almost
She looks
imperceptibly
friendly.
and clasps her daughter tightly to her. She looks you over with an anxious expression.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Tungdal.
You try to make your voice sound as harmless as possible.
I've two travellers passed here in
Over
the last few days.
have you seen two travellers heading east?
Opatia looks at his wife, but she shakes her head.
Why do you ask?
They're just friends I was hoping to
You
meet.
wave dismissively.
Oh, nothing. They were just friends that I was hoping to meet. I'm
Your wife
sorry
seems
if I
worried.
scared your wife and children.
The man waves dismissively.
No. It's just that my fair woman is especially jumpy these days.
Why?
The orcs have been spotted near Calmstead. You should
That's
take it
why.
more seriously.
The farmer's wife clutches her daughter even tighter before the
It's
girl
Calmstead.
finally protests. The boy steps forward excitedly and cuts the air with his stick.
If strangers come, we're supposed to run away, but I can hit them too.
Opatia pats his son on the head, laughing.
We're safe. The orcs have no reason to come so far north.
If there are orcs nearby, you should probably get out of harm's way. I should put a few more
bid
miles down before
farewell
night falls.
and set off on your way. The children follow you for a while before saying their goodbyes
See?
in laughter
It's
and
nice.
running back towards the farm.
Anyway, unfortunately that's all we've got time for in this episode, but as always, thanks all for watching. I've been Stu, you've been awesome, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.